fire episode. I can't believe I get to be here on a weekly level with the website. Also, let's not forget, thank God they've been amazing, putting up every week. Go to breslev.com, check out all 3 episodes of dedicating time, very important concepts, something that we all need to work on in our generation, the focus, the ability to show love and dedication to what matters, to the people in our life that matter, to the causes that matter. Sharing Emuna Global is our big cause here, getting out the message, thanking Hashem. And this is Chanukah, is to thank Hashem. That's what Rav Shalom Arush said. The main panemius, the inner level of Chanukah is thanking Hashem. Of course, we wouldn't be able to go to class without learning from Rav Arush's book, A New Light itself. Thank God we have it here. And reminding you, you guys hear me on Instagram Live, I assume yes. A little bit of story over there. Thank God we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and on our podcast platform. And when is our future, Breslev is Israel podcast. Thank God it's growing platform now. We have the video option for these classes. For now, they'll stay audio. But when we have a special class with Arush, which the good news is, and as I wave this here from Arush, I have it now on my door in Hebrew as well. You have it in all the languages. Emuna is, what is Hashem always loves me. Everything will always be good. Only get better and better. So what's getting better and better in a revealed sense? Not only do we have Chanukah coming up, we also, thank God, had a wonderful class from Arush for the Toronto community as well as everyone else that tuned in, and wonderful meetings for Toronto community and a few others that sneaked in from New York and from the Holy Land. A few people that we already had in mind, thank God, to Mashlim to complete what we didn't do during the Emuna Tour 2022. We've climaxed now the 2022 Emuna Tour with the good news that hopefully with Dayan Algod we'll be doing a weekly Q&A with Rav Arush here in the studio. For you guys have been asking, keep sending out those requests that you want to have Rav Arush weekly here. Send us your Q&A, your questions, and we'll give you the answers, hopefully as best we can. If you have answers, send them as well. Interesting to hear what you have to say. But the most important part is the question part, and we'll get them to Rav Dayan Algod, who will translate them to Rav Shalom Arush, and we'll have, please God, after Chanukah, all being well, davening and praying strong. From Shalom ben Yemna, they should be healthy and well as his speech improves, and so do the classes. We better do an awesome class here in the studio. I apologize last week's class that we ended up with 2 Facebook classes divided up, but thank God it went live fully on YouTube, on Instagram, all our platforms. Yes. Why the filter changes? Oh, yeah, all right, sorry. It's just how it goes. I like the filters. Always good to keep things in a different vibe, especially on Instagram for you guys. And that's how it goes. So we're doing lots of different platforms, doing lots of different activities. You know, I heard that TikTok might not have a future in some places, but meanwhile, we're even uploading our classes there. As well as today, I just uploaded a new episode, a new United Souls extract. Haven't yet posted the link below, but it will be there soon, shortly. The United Souls extract 24 from my new book, Please God, one day to come out on the United Souls. Very important concept. Someone asked online, how would you describe in one sentence Hasidus? David Beshaskin. I said, United Souls. I don't even have to write a sentence. That is Chassidut, in my opinion. We just had Yud Kislev yesterday, the big Yom Tov of Chassidus. Personally, I made a siyum on Tanya, Mazel Tov, and I'll be hopefully going ahead, continuing to learn Chitas, very important, Chumash, Tehillim, Tanya. We mentioned this once, learning the Chumash, Rashi, saying Psalms every month, finishing it, and finishing Chumash Rashi every year, and finishing Tanya every Yud Kislev, which was yesterday, the Yom Tov of Chassidus. And please God, everyone should realize it's the Arush of Mashiach. As we come towards Chanukah, the light of Mashiach is going to be burning and pouring into the world, especially during this month of Chodesh Kislev. So it's very appropriate that we have a special Yom Tov celebrating Chassidut and all the different songs and albums. I saw yesterday in the studio. He was saying he has a concert in the Binyan Umah, and there's been concerts all around. So much celebration, lots of hakel, lots of energy. Tonight is the Chosen Comedy Fest, featuring 2 of the artists I work with, Unity Bookings. Moshe Reuven will be performing his first performance with Julian Marley. That's the son of Bob Marley. I'm very excited to be able to have assisted in that. First time we're going to see and hear about that, and hopefully there'll be some great footage, as well as his own songs, Moshe Reuven. And then continuing on, my favorite student of Rav Shalom Arush, my holy brother Nissan Black. Not that I have favorites, but you know, what can you do? someone who, thank God, is inspired and changed our life and put out a new song, Victory. And it's, Baruch Hashem, a big hit and a big energy, Chanukah energy, and something which is giving us that push towards the holy days ahead, the light, the victory, the V, the big V that we all want, not the peace sign, but it actually means victory. We want that victory in our life. Please, God, to go ahead. I have a whole sheet here of feedback, which I'm going to fly through in a moment, just while we're doing the announcements, to realize that tonight there's also Get Albaz performing in Miami, as well as Mateo and Gad. I actually bumped into yesterday in Mamela. He gave me a beautiful hug, and we had the opportunity to connect again in New York previously with Rav Shalom Arush. He sang Ana B'Koach, something very worth checking out again. Beautiful version that he did with Rav Arush in the room and all the other Chazak audience. Just to make a point here, we're going to now go into the feedback that we do have a 90-second Emuna class to come with our next guest. Who is that guest? I think we're going to have to wait till after Chanukah, just so much going on. Dr. Epstein just confirmed that we'll have to meet after Chanukah. All those wonderful people that we were hoping to have, we'll have to wait till after Chanukah. Mikey Mockton, I actually am going to be going ahead as one of my new Unity booking artist, DJ, and producer. He put together the music for the latest Nissan Black song, which I'm sure you're all appreciating. So take a look for Mikey Mockton, Keaton. And also we have, thank God, Hebrew. We're going to talk about him soon. So confirming with him, another great artist, will be including our Unity bookings, as well as the mentalist, Michael Salmon, who, thank God, is going to be start doing some shows, hopefully, for Unity bookings. Someone who can bring some of that inspiration. Someone wrote, never again. Yes, let's keep positive over here on the Instagram Live. Always keep a positive feedback and flow. That's just how it goes over here. As you can see, it's about thanking Hashem. And we're sitting in the studio in Yerushalayim, Eretz Kodesh, the holiest place in the world. Thank God, right next to the old city, next to the holiest of holies. Unbelievable to just not like miss the point and focus on all this media and news, and then you're not tuned into the message that we're going to have today, because this is Hanukkah. What is Zo's Hanukkah? We're not even there yet. It's already like, a week away. Hanukkah, a bit less now. And as we're counting up to the 25th of Kislev, every day leading there, especially this Shabbos, Chaf Gimel, it's my son's birthday, my 40-year-old. I have a mitzvah, Baruch Hashem, coming up in the Chodesh Tevas. And we already put tefillin on yesterday with my holy Rebbe, the Tolner Rebbe. We might put a picture of one or two of the posts for this video, for this class. Beautiful bar mitzvah energy, feeling that the idea that we become obligation. Obligation is something to celebrate, not, God forbid, to push away. And that's the idea of Hanukkah that we took on Torah Shabbat Peh, just like with Purim as well. Renewed our connection to the oral Torah. That's the real celebration, not the gifts and not the guilt, but it's the celebration of our commitment spiritually to be enlightened, and in a true sense, in a ultimate sense, in an eternal sense, the energy of the soul of our people and the soul of the Torah and the soul that Hashem is giving us and blowing into us daily, giving us life. We have to live in that way. This is Hanukkah, the Zos, the Panemius, the inner aspects of Hanukkah, the fire, the flickering light that comes out of the flames of Hanukkah. And to remember, just before I forget, I don't want to forget that when you're lighting the Hanukkah next week, please God, beginning already next week, Sunday night, and Erev Hanukkah has a big Kedusha, Chaf Daled Kislev, the 24 letters, Baruch Shem Kavod, and then we get to the 25th, which is the Shema Yisrael, Hashem Lekeinu Shem Echad. Mashiach comes, we'll have 25 letters even for Baruch Shem as well. The idea of the Yichud Ilah, Yichud Tata, there's unification above, unification below. This concept of unification, united souls, this is, as I said, this is Chassidus. Panemius comes together on Hanukkah, on the Kaf Chei. We light the Hanukkah, and we light with only one candle, but we most of all, we keep adding and adding till we get to this is Hanukkah, Zos Hanukkah. This is why we're already talking about this energy. It's in the world right now. We're already Yom Revi, we're already on Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday today. The class was not meant to go live yesterday, and you'd take Kislev on Real Tuesday. We're doing it on wonderful Wednesday because it's a wonder that we're already now a few days, counting towards Shabbos, Erev Hanukkah, and then going into this whole time period, which is Mila Minazman, Mila Minateva. The idea of it's above time, above nature. This is the essence of who we are. We are people that rise to the top in terms of the shemen. You put it in the water, you put the oil in the water, the blessed oil from Rav Arush, you put it in your Chanukah, you light it. But what happens, even if there's water just to pick up the oil, what happens, the oil always rises to the top. And that's the idea, that there's always Mila. We're above this world of physicality. Someone wrote, God bless you, my friend. Thank you. Any appreciated feedback means a lot. Yes, someone writing all kinds of stuff on Instagram Live. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now let's go. We had the days of Imahot and Avos. This is the special pastures we've been in. Right now, we're going towards now the Shiftei Ka Yosef Asadik special light. This is the base Yosef Lahavas. We mentioned the Haftorah last week. The idea of Yosef's light, this flame that comes out from the Eish of Yaakov. Now we're busy with the stories of Yosef and Yehuda, Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David, the light of Mashiach. Yes, this is where we are, these special days. And we're wishing before Shlema to Rav Shalom ben Yamna and also Ava Baschana, who beautifully put together the Toronto tour, which went live this week. Check out the class from Arush, as well as Rebbetzin Henya Bas Brocha Devora, Leah, Refuah Shlema, all these people who know what their shlichus is and do it with full focus. And we also still need to get rid of that corona. It still comes up here and there. Please God, everyone should be saved from that for Shlema. And please God, we should remember Gedalia Fence's wonderful son Yerachim Gedalia. And I didn't want to forget in his merit the importance of pouring out your heart when you light the menorah. Don't miss that time, that 8 as you light the menorah, to pour out your heart, to let out all the different feelers and praise of thanking Hashem and needing Hashem and wanting Yeshua's and salvations for your life, to put energy into the lighting, not just putting the flame and making it lit, but also the psalms, the prayers, the singing, to really allow your soul to talk to God and to request everything you need. This is, someone wrote feedback. We're going to get to it here. Forest Field is the most important book on Hisbodedus. It's one of Rav Shalom Orish's books, not this New Light, but Forest Field talks exclusively about Hisbodedus, talking to Hashem, personal prayer. Hanukkah, there's a special 8 on during the time of lighting to pour out your heart. So thank you for our friend in New Jersey who brought that up. We also, thank God, had some requests to possibly host the Rav in the summer in Deal, New Jersey. So we have New Jersey, Teaneck, New Jersey, reaching out, and Deal, New Jersey. So you never know, if maybe we can make a special trip in the summer to those areas if there's a big enough request. People in Toronto wanted us to come in person, but once again, it needs a big request. People in the Spanish-speaking countries have reached out recently. An event organizer, once again, that will have to be a serious request. So these are the kind of stars and energies we're trying to bring global. Emuna, Rav Arush global, Rav Yonatan Galet, if he's able to come, we'd love to bring him for the Spanish community. It'd be amazing, amazing opportunities ahead. Keep praying and davening. Hanukkah's a time, all acid, to see into the future what's coming down in this following year, as we're already now in Tafshin Pei Gimel, this special year. Let's go into more of the feedback. We want to thank again for the Toronto class that was this Sun tonight and all the meetings. Amazing. Someone wrote, Hashem, help us have absolute Emuna. Tadar Rabba, Kavod Arav, you are so right. Hashem doesn't owe us anything. Yes, that's what we had, the OS Hashem video. And also, may Hashem bless you and all your loved ones. Amen v'amen. We had a lot of beautiful videos from Rav Arush about leaving the rat race. Yeah, we have to really understand the importance of Shabbos, disconnect, reconnect. We spoke about that in the previous 3 weeks of dedicating time. And Chanukah is definitely a time to dedicate. Someone like your comment, exciting Emuna music, perfect victory. Yes, we mentioned a student of Rav Arush, the man of miracles, Nissim Black. Someone else wrote nice music. Yes, because it's something we get inspired of Nissim Black. It's already on our website, breslev.com. We put the video there as well. Baruch Hashem, I'm so very grateful first to Kodesh Baruch says to all my teachers. Thank you. That's in reference to all the Rav classes. May Hashem bless the Rabbi, Shalom Arush. Happy Hanukkah, Rabbi, and all. Beautiful, inspiring, and powerful. Thank you, Rabbi Shalom Arush. Rav Arush, Rabbi, greetings from Sydney, Australia. People from Brazil will be reaching out. Also, someone wrote, wonderful class, love all the teachings. Thank you, Rav Diane Angad. You translate so perfectly. It's true. We don't take it for granted. Rav Diane Angad is a big gift for us. And he comes and translates. He's a Dayan, he's a posek, he's busy, he's on the courts, he's part of Idabur, he's part of many organizations, as well as the head of the Kolalim in Chutz Chesed, Rav Arush's institutes, which we give a big thanks to. And he comes special for you guys, so you can get the best English translation of Rav Arush that we can offer right now. And we really appreciate his time and attendance, and we hope once again that he'll be joining us after Chanukah. So thank you for writing that. I think that was on the Toronto video. Another feedback, the B'nai Noach of the nations love the teaching of Shalom Arush. I think we mentioned this before. And dear Rabbi Eli, may Hashem bless you. Torah Anytime posted our Staten Island class and Five Towns class, the Chazak tour that we did, an Emuna Tour 2022. So you can check it out until any time now. Rav Shalom Arish's updated classes. I think there's 3 now from the tour and a new one in Hebrew without translation, but the others all have Rav Dainelga translating. Baruch Hashem. Someone else wrote, thank you, Rabbi, of all this anti-Semitism. I was losing my Emuna. I feel better. Hashem is amazing. Thank you so much. Eddie Goldsmith's classes are awesome, beautiful, etc., etc. Okay, so we got lots of wonderful feedback, and there are some questions, but I think we're going to keep storing the questions now for Rav Shalom Arush. So please start sending them in, and hopefully after Chanukah we'll get a class where we can go through those questions. So if you want to contact me, you email eli.goldsmith@breslev.co.il, and we'll get those questions to Rav Shalom Arush, and you'll hear them go live in the coming weeks after Chanukah. Now, what we can learn that will give us that Emuna Shlema that Nissan Black was talking about with Dr. Eliezer Gutterman on a recent post that just went up on his platforms. Appreciate once again his partnership, and all of you guys who partner emunalive.com. You can partner right now. Go to emunalive.com. I think the link's live on the videos. You can go there and on our bio and all the different platforms and join emunalive.com and show your commitment to Rav Shalom Arush and sharing Emuna Global, so we can keep these classes growing on a larger scale and keep the up-to-date energy and guests and opportunities of going global. As we learn in the Gemara above, the difference between the prayers of those who were answered and those who were not answered, those who were answered, they had faith that Hashem would save them. The same applies to the work of the will, which is what this whole book. We're now on page 205. We jump back to the middle where we were before. A New Light, or Chodosh. This is a beautiful book. Get it on Breslev.com. Very important book, very much needed for our generation. And we're carrying on page 205, chapter 6. The first topic of discussion must be our obligation to possess the clear and absolute faith, Emuna Shlema, that Hashem wants us to rescue us and save us spiritually, even more than physically. Believe, have Emuna that Hashem wants to save you spiritually, even more than you yourself wants to be saved. Because the more the calf wants to suckle, the cow wants to nurse. It's a Gemara Pesachim. Yeah, that's a very beautiful idea. There's so much will to be given to, and all we have to do is make that vessel. Chanukah, that's a big time. All those candles we're lighting, 36 candles, 44 if you add the shamesh. They're all vessels for us. Our own blood gets elevated. The dam of the 44. Everything gets elevated. Our whole home, we become a Kohen Gadol, as Rosh Shlomo Katz has been talking about in his Shirat David Shirim. Thank God, the idea we become a Kohen Gadol in our own home. Everyone becomes the high priest and lights up their home with the menorah, just like we do every Shabbos. We bring the Menuchas Shabbos into home, Menuchas Abba, Menuchas Emes. Yeah, this is the idea, the energy of Shabbos, lighting together with the menorah, bringing that Shalom Bayis Adif, that energy of peace in the home and light and awe. But that's the vessel. The Shalom is the vessel. Our relationships have been speaking the last 3 weeks. The relationship flow. That's what we're talking about. United Souls aspect. The key is to the vessel that we need to build is our Shalom Bayis and our peace in our home, our love towards each other, as the unity focus, the unity projects, unity inspires projects, United Souls, all these concept themes we're bringing together with Rav Shalom Arush and in our studio and all the different platforms and all the different artists and speakers and creators that we're working with. The idea is bringing that unity flow. That builds the vessel, especially in our home. So on that note, my wife just reached out, so we're going to have to keep moving on this class because I did say I'd be finished by now, but we started a little bit late, so I apologize. So here we go. Let's go more into the teachings and then we'll round off the class. We must know and review repeatedly the concept that Hashem wants every Jew, without exception, and that means everybody as well, universally, to succeed spiritually and not to stumble and commit any sin or slightest trace of sin, to attain complete faith. Emuna, and faith is a loose translation. Emuna Shlema. Emuna is intrinsic, deep knowledge of Hashem, to attain good and upright traits, to attain the complete fear of God, the awesomeness of God, the awareness of God. Yeah, this expanded consciousness is what we're heading towards with Mashiach ben Yosef, David Yosef in the Pasha, running away from all the tivers of this world and Mitzrayim and Egypt, and laying the foundations for us to be able to go into exile in a successful way and still be Amei Kulam Tzadikim, a nation of complete Tzadikim. That's the idea. The light of Hanukkah brings out that everyone is a Tzadik. Everyone's connected to the Lamed Vav Tzadikim, the Orosh of Mashiach, the light of Mashiach, and that's Mashiach ben Yosef, who prepares the way. The Kisei David, he's preparing for Mashiach ben David. In this week's Parsha, hinted to by Yehuda Yehuda, and Yehuda, the whole story of Yehuda and his sons, and eventually the conception of Mashiach comes in the darkest places, comes in the struggle, comes in the pain, comes when things aren't working out. This is the Arush of Mashiach, the will, the Ratzon, the fire that exists within all of us. This is us to attain these good and upright traits. Is what Hashem wants more than anything, to attain the complete awareness of God, this expanded consciousness, to understand that even in those darker moments in this week's Parsha, it's already spreading the seed, bringing the seed, building the depths, in the depths of darkness, depths of pain, is building the light of Mashiach, the light of the purpose of creation. The eternal flame is coming forth from the darkest places. Yeah, this is the reality of everything we go through as a people, as a soul. We're meant to descend into the lowest places, to elevate those places. The menorah goes down into the 10th Tefachim, into the lowest part of the creation, and elevates on the left side of the door, the left, the places where the forces and usually of negativity and control comes the menorah and lights up those places. Here we go. And separated from all creation, all matters of the world, to learn the Torah and acquire knowledge of Torah in depth and in breadth, and to reach the levels of Moshe. And why does Hashem want to contribute to us, to help us and save us the spirit of man? Because Hashem created us only for this, to attain all the ruchnius levels. Therefore, know when you pray, you are not coming to persuade Hashem, rather to know that Hashem wants to give you more than you want to receive. And the intent of all your work is solely to build vessels in order to receive. And this is a foundation of all the work of the will. And know that a lack of faith that Hashem wants to give us, the lack of Emuna, is He wants to help complete our faith. And when there is a lack of Emuna, prayer is not effective. So really, the whole problem is that when we're not praying fully with Emuna Shlema, that's where the issue comes. So we have to go into Chanukah with Emuna Shlema, with a strengthening of complete faith that our prayers work. And we're standing in front of the menorah, lighting. It's an 8 on a time of will. We're lighting up the world. We're bringing that energy of Mashiach, of salvation, of positivity, of the soul, of truth and values that answer up all the problems that society is going through now. We just have to realize, and always have gone through, this is the answer to all the questions a person has on the deepest level. That Hashem wants more than us to have that complete emunah, so that He can hear our prayers, so He can have that intimate relationship with us. He could bring that light of intimacy into our home between us and Hashem, our Creator. So we experience it with our wife, with our children, with everything we're doing. Like when I saw my son putting on tefillin this week with my Rebbe, and my wife was crying, and the connection, the moment, the light, the awe, the inspiration, the depth of soul of doing a mitzvah together with the family and with a tzaddik. And this is what we could do every time we light the menorah. We're coming towards the tzaddikim, we're coming towards the Lamed Vav Masechtas of Shas. Every time we learn the Daf Yomi, every time this is the power that's coming released every time we light. And the more we believe in it, the more we complete that emunah. So that it should be a beautiful emunah that we believe in and get simcha and joy. Emunah joy, it gives us chiyas and energy. It brings energy to everything we do, the music, the art, the food we create, the relationships, the times we're with family. It brings energy into everything, and it energizes us so that we're no longer down. People are walking around broken. We have to heal our broken hearts with the prayers of Chanukah, the prayers that we're entering now. Halal v'hodah. We're going to have beautiful 8 days of praying and thanking Hashem for Ala Nissim, for all the miracles, and using this opportunity of time to say Hallel and to get ready for Rosh Chodesh and Shabbos and all the big energies that come down during the next weeks. It's an amazing time. Don't miss out. Learn this book, A New Light. We'll just finish off one more paragraph from Rav Shalom Arush Shlita. It should be well. Not only is a lack of emunah, it generates a lack of respect for Hashem. All of the craves, all the matters of this world are one large waste bin containing foolishness and vanity. Do you think that Hashem wants His children to live in a waste bin, to live like a crazy person, heaven forbid? This is an insult to Hashem. Even the most wicked person in the world must believe that Hashem wants to have compassion on him, to help him to do complete tshuva, and to be on the level of Moshe Rabbeinu. Everyone could reach the highest levels of Moshe Rabbeinu. Therefore, let's review. We learn a person prays except in accordance with his emunah. The essence of his weakness in a person prays due to weakness in his emunah. His lack of certainty that Hashem wants to save him. Therefore, even if such person serves Hashem thoroughly, vigorously, all his work, the will is still not perfect prayer. It's still weak prayer compared to what it should be. So when a person's faith, emunah, Hashem wants to save is absolute, his prayer is absolute. As a result, he can then cry out to Hashem, bring me close to serve you. This is what we need to do now. Call out to Hashem. This is Chanukah. I've got 2 books here, one to give away. Remember, if you reach out, send your address and your phone number. We need both so we can ship it out to whoever wants a book and is doing what we're doing. That one right now, we have someone in Australia who's going to get a free book of The New Light. We have another copy here for another person who is living up to the campaign of serving Hashem and bringing Emuna global. Share how you're doing it. Share how you're liking and commenting and giving over your own Emuna flow on your platforms, please God, and that will help bring us all closer to the ultimate Gula, the Emuna Shlema, the Gula Shlema, Refuah Shlema, all the light that comes from Hanukkah, this wonderful, complete energy, this Hanukkah, when we get to that climax and we get to the 36th candle and light up, all of the Hanukkah light are lit, and we burn all those wicks on Zos Hanukkah, and all the light comes complete. That climax, this is Hanukkah, brings us to that complete Emuna that gives us the power to live with energy. And we have to bring that into our daily life, bring that into our momentary life, and everything we're doing, our business, our family, our friends, our work, and all the different things we're doing in our personal and our hobbies, in our personal time, in our room, when we're on our phones late at night. Bring the light of Hanukkah to whatever we're doing, and bring it to an energy that inspires the world to a good place of Hanukkah, of Chinuch, of awe, of Arush HaMashiach, of the Mashiach Sekenu that we're all praying for the Gula Shlema b'Mehavi Yameinu. Amen. Thank you for joining us. Keep sharing these classes. I'm sorry we had to cut short, but I do have what to do, thank God, in my life, thank God. And I thank Hashem again that you are here sharing these wonderful classes together. Keep sharing them and give us your feedback. Send us your questions for Arush to answer. And we can't wait to bring a new light as we enter the days of Hanukkah. This is Chanukah. It's Emuna Shlema. Amen. Thank you. All the love.